Hello, my name is Brian Gallagher and I am a student at the University of Colorado at Boulder. Today we live in a world that continues to have growing dependency on surveillance technology in all aspects of life to create the illusion of safety. There are cameras surveying our every move at traffic lights, intersections, office buildings, airports, and all public buildings in every town and city throughout this country. These cameras create a panopticon that never stops watching our every move. The term panopticon comes from a French philosopher named Michel Foucault, who was influenced by Jeremy Bentham, that references a 19th century prison with a watchtower in the center that expanded into the idea of people always being watched everywhere they go. One area of surveillance has grown exponentially is within the workplace to prevent insider trading and harassment, as well as track employee productivity and web browsing patterns. Today's workplace surveillance software is a digital panopticon that began with email and phone monitoring, but now tracks text messages, keystrokes, social media posts, private messaging apps like WhatsApp, and even face-to-face interactions with coworkers. One app called WorkSmart takes surveillance within the workplace to the next level by taking screenshots of employee workspaces every 10 minutes, tracks keystrokes and apps used, even gives focus and intensity scores to judge employees' activity time. Apps like WorkSmart take an invasive measure to make sure that staff are doing what they're supposed to do as technology advances to allow a greater number of employees the ability to work digitally or from home offices. The future of the business world will allow IT departments to track your every move and be able to call you out if you become distracted by the slightest deviations. Using organizational communication theory of structurization, I will go further in depth on the topic of surveillance within the workplace. Structurization theory was introduced by sociologist Anthony Giddens in the 1970s, focusing on the concept of agency and structure. Agency is defined as the behavior or activities used in social environments, while structure are the rules and resources used to sustain a group or organization. There are three assumptions about structuration theory to create greater understanding how systems and structures make up organizations. The first assumption is groups and organizations are produced and reproduced through actions and behaviors. WorkSmart's goal is to make sure organizations reach maximum production potential. The second assumption is rules simultaneously provide a guide for individual behavior as well as serve as possible constraints on individual behavior. The guidelines WorkSmart creates restrictions the possibility to find distractions by directing users to find behavior that is productive, beneficial, and efficient to the overall well-being of the company. The final assumption is power structures are present in organizations and guide the decision-making process. Structures are composed of rules and resources and interactions involved in production and reproduction of social systems. Rules are guidelines, whether official or learned through the experience, that guide people's actions. In the example of WorkSmart, let's look at how rules and resources work to construct what it means to be part of an organization. Giddens proposes that every action or behavior results in the production of something new. In the concept of WorkSmart, the goal is to make sure these fresh acts produced by the employee is creative to the goals of the agency. WorkSmart makes sure the rules are focused on what is supposed to get done while prohibiting sharing or doing something that goes against the integrity of the company. The final rule of WorkSmart focuses on the output of the employees and is consistent with the amount of work done by aligning normative behaviors for every agent within the organization. The panopticon within these organizations references the computer, smartphones, or any company-owned resource used by the employee by giving the employer the power of technology to make sure everything is done the way it's supposed to. Many people think such actions by agencies invasion of privacy. However, the power to maintain a workplace that is productive, cooperative, and reflexive of the company's goals and aspirations are for the betterment of the company and employee. American companies generally aren't required by law to disclose how they monitor employees using company use issued devices, although they tend to include a catch-all clause in employment contracts declaring such monitoring. Structuration theory is not only interested in rules and resources that create structure, but also in the power which, according to structuration theorists, is defined as the imposition of will on others. There are 5 types of power that structuration theory recognizes for the production of structure. All of them are at work in the WorkSmart example. WorkSmart uses expert power, offering a platform that allows the employees to collect data on the productivity levels and know how the employees are working. The employer has legitimate power because the employee signs contracts that they will follow the rules of the workplace or will not use unnecessary applications that break the ethics of a company. The legitimacy of such applications is the employee are being paid to give their best effort and be fully alert of their role to prevent potential loss to the company. There is reward power, such as bonuses and raises for the people that do their job correctly by creating a comfortable lifestyle for their employees. If you do what you're supposed to do or go beyond your role, that opens the potential for bonuses, raises, or promotions. There is coercive power because if you're not productive, according to WorkSmart technology, you are open to the punishment in forms of loss of income, demotion, or even firing. Referent power exists in WorkSmart because there needs to be a relationship between the employee-employer by building trust to gain understanding how each individual work patterns are beneficial for all. Viewing workplace surveillance technology such as WorkSmart through a lens of structuration theory helps us understand the structure within the workplace starts with the knowledge that everyone is giving their best effort for the betterment of the company. The future structuration of the workplace will always desire greater productivity and growth from within the power structures, recognition that everyone is a cog working together to create the most efficient, intact organization overall possible. Thank you.